We're going to take a look at the supply and demand zones on Nvidia going back a week. So this week was a wild, wild ride. We had that initial washout on Monday, and then we kind of traded within a range. And actually on the triple Qs, we kind of pretty much finished where we started. So the whole week, yes, even though we had big ranges up and big moves down, we were pretty much trading sideways that whole week. Now, because of the volatility was so high, these intraday moves, were more than sufficient enough to catch trades to the long side. They were big enough to catch moves to the downside. So if you kind of had these supply and demand zones, you could have kind of swung and day traded and scalped these moves as they happened throughout the week. So with that being said, we're going to get into the demand zone here. So we did have that bottom washout 208.88 on Nvidia this week. You can see we kind of put in this little shooting star candlestick here where we had that massive intraday reversal towards the end of the session and just kind of just blew that level out. Our supply zone is going to be here between 232 and 240, 238 actually to be a little bit more exact. So if we talk about 240.79 and 239. So this is going to be our supply zone up here. This is going to act as a form of resistance. This is going to be where buyers feel comfortable stepping in on the stock. So this level has pretty much held. I am not going to be too much bear sided this week, just due to the fact that for me, Nvidia is going to have to lose 208.88 for me to see continued downside on Nvidia. So as long as Nvidia is trading over $208, we can say that yes, we are still in a range, but potentially working out of that range to put in a leg higher. So if we do see some sort of significant dead cat bounce rally on the whole entire stock market, the triple Qs can still run up to 365 and test that 200-day moving average. We could potentially see Nvidia move and inch its way higher as well. So a couple of things that we do want to note, as we did close Friday green, up 4% on Nvidia and close at 228. What we need to be concerned about here is we are coming into this supply. So normally, every time you come into an area of supply, things and price action can get a little choppy and things can sort of reverse. So if we are going to continue to stay within a trading range, what we would be looking for is Nvidia to get into this range once again, into this supply zone, chop around, find weakness. And if the market does pull back, when we exit this supply zone is when you can take your potential short. Now, where you would want to cover, I'm going to put 225.81. That's going to come right back to the middle of the range. If we take a look at Friday's price action here, we came here and tested this level at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This level acted as a form of resistance intraday. When we came up to this level, we quickly sold off back into the 20-day moving average, had this nice spike here downwards into the demand zone. And you can see every time we've come into these demand zones, buyers are comfortable stepping in and buying the stock. So with that being said, if you're a bull, what you want to see on Nvidia is if we do come into this supply zone, I would just leave it alone for now. Just point being, if we come into this zone and we find weakness and the market does pull back, the best buying opportunity is going to be into this level here of around 225, 226 area. If we come back down, test this area that acted as resistance on Friday, and we can successfully hold and consolidate and move higher, then that's where I would want to get long on the stock and potentially have a day trade or a scalp back into that 230, 232 range. Now, if you're looking to swing, as long as we are over 225.81, you would remain in this trade. Obviously, we can come, if we do have a good bounce this week, we could come into supply, break out, come back into the zone, consolidate, and move higher. That's also another entry point to get long. Now, if we do see any sort of weakness and we come down here and test this 225.81 and lose this level, we could potentially take a day trade or a scalp position short and kind of cover our position as we're coming into this demand zone that has held all week long. Now, this is going to be a scalp losing 225 with a potential price target of 219 to around 215 area. I would kind of take profits there. Now, if we consolidate in this demand zone and we lose this demand zone, what I would be looking for is any sort of bounce back into the zone. And then if we further wash out, I would look to get short for the next leg down. But again, the overall market would also need to be trending down. So that's why I'm not going to be too much sell bias this week, just due to the fact that 208.88, we are way above this demand zone here. we would have to completely come into this zone, lose this whole zone here, lose the whole trading range, lose 208, and then put that leg down higher. So I'm not looking for any sort of big macro trade to the downside unless the market is extremely weak and we lose 208. More so what I'm looking for here is any kind of washout or pullback into 225, 226. Look for that area to hold and then get long heading back into supply and kind of sell my position as we come into this level of supply. Cover my position somewhere in here in this zone and then just kind of let the stock consolidate, do its thing. Do we put in that next leg higher out of the zone? If we do, I'm not going to take that first move. What I want to see is us come back into the zone, hold this area, and now start to push higher. That's going to be my indicator that the market is going to try to recover some of this downward move. I hope this video has helped you guys out. I hope you've kind of found some levels intraday or even potential swing trade levels that you can use. Just kind of take note. The way that we've been trading is in the range. Normally, we're finding sellers here in the supply zone, and we're going to take short positions as we start to come in and lose this area, and we want to cover down here at demand. We want to sell up here, and we want to cover somewhere in the middle of the range or down towards demand. If we're looking to bounce, what we want to do is get as close to or in the zone as possible. And as we move out of the zone, that's when we're going to want to take our long positions. You can see pretty much it's worked perfectly every time this week. In this demand zone, we moved higher. 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 And as we came back and kind of tested, we moved higher. So if you're a bear and you're looking for short positions, what you would be looking for is to come into supply, lose it, and go down. Come into supply, lose it, and go down. Come into supply, lose it, and go down. Okay, so as we come into supply here, what you would be looking for is to lose this zone and then come down. However, just be careful that if we are going to come out of this range, what it's going to look like here is potentially we come down here, bounce, come into the zone, back test, and then move higher. So just be careful of that move there. But I hope this helps. If you guys are looking for a system, a trading course, you're looking for a way to be profitable, you're looking for a way to make money, maybe you don't have a strategy, I've got an excellent strategy that you guys can kind of learn the basics, as well as, not only just the basics of trading and day trading and scalping, but actually learn, some very, very detailed information on supply and demand, on moving averages, on where to enter trades, where to exit trades, how to cut a loss, how to swing trade, how to find stocks to even begin to trade, and what to kind of look for. That can be found on my website, evolutiontraders.com. Check the description box below. Also, I do have a Discord completely free to join. Join that Discord. Come trade with us every single day. That link is down in the description box below. And if you're looking for a little bit more, maybe you want one-on-one coaching. Maybe you want to watch my trading screen intraday. And as I'm kind of calling out these levels in stocks that I'm trading, kind of giving the plays that I'm going over. If you want that, you're looking for a watch list of stocks to trade each and every single day, I do have a gold members access where you can join, and I'll give you private access to those channels where you can kind of talk with me one-on-one, whether that be through text or through a live voice chat in the Discord. That link can be found down in the description box. That is the gold members package. I also do have a lifetime membership access where there's no reoccurring fees. It's just a one-time, get everything included and all the information and content that I put out completely free by signing up for the lifetime members access. With that being said, guys, do me a favor, subscribe to my channel, join me in Discord, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think about Nvidia, and I will see you guys all on the next trading video.